Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please hit the subscribe now this start video. In the quiet walls of her home, that brightness dimmed when she and her husband, Mark Consuelos, received the news no family wants to hear. Mark had cancer. The diagnosis came like a storm. One moment, they were enjoying dinner, celebrating their son Michael's new acting role, and laughing about their daughter Lola's latest song release. The next, their family doctor sat across from them with an expression so serious that Kelly could feel her heart drop before the words were even spoken. "We found something," the doctor said softly, sliding a folder across the table. "Mark, we need to begin treatment immediately." Kelly's body went cold. She reached for Mark's hand instinctively, gripping it as if holding on to him tightly enough could somehow make the words vanish. Kelly's career demanded that she smile, laugh, and make morning television viewers feel lighthearted. But behind the cameras, she was unraveling. The moment she stepped into her dressing room, away from the audience and her co-hosts, the tears came. She wasn't only worried about losing her husband, she was terrified of what this meant for their children. Michael, now in his late 20s, was carving out his own path in Hollywood. Lola, still the family's firecracker, was pursuing music and independence. And their youngest, Joaquin, was navigating college and athletics. What will their future look like without him? Kelly whispered to herself late at night. She prayed not just for Mark's healing but for the strength of her children. Kelly had always leaned on her faith in quiet ways. She wasn't the type to preach, but when life grew unbearable, she turned to prayer. On the nights when Mark couldn't sleep from the pain, Kelly would sit by his side, holding his hand, and silently beg God for more time. "Please," she whispered into the darkness. "Don't take him yet. Our kids still need their father. I still need him." Mark, sensing her quiet prayers, would sometimes squeeze her hand and whisper, "I'm not going anywhere, Kel. I'm fighting. For you. For them." But Kelly knew the fight was unpredictable. She knew too many stories of families torn apart by cancer. That fear gnawed at her constantly, even as she put on brave faces for their children. The hardest part of Mark's diagnosis was telling their children. Kelly and Mark sat them down at the kitchen table one evening, the same table where birthdays had been celebrated, where college decisions had been debated, where laughter often filled the air. Mark cleared his throat. "Kids, we need to tell you something important." Silence fell. Michael's face tensed. Lola leaned forward, her sharp instincts already sensing the gravity. Joaquin looked back and forth between his parents, waiting. "I've been diagnosed with cancer," Mark said steadily, his voice firm despite the tremor in his eyes. "But I want you to know, I'm going to fight this with everything I've got." Tears filled Lola's eyes instantly. Michael clenched his jaw, fighting emotion. Joaquin stood up, walked around the table, and hugged his father tightly. That night, Kelly overheard her children whispering to one another in the hallway. "We have to be strong for Mom," Michael said. And Kelly's tears flowed again. Every morning, Kelly still walked into the studio of Live with Kelly and Mark. Fans greeted her with warmth, unaware of the storm raging in her private life. The producers knew, her coworkers knew, but the audience did not. One morning, while interviewing a guest who had also battled illness, Kelly broke down unexpectedly. Her voice cracked, her eyes filled, and she had to pause. The audience, sensing something deeper, fell into silence. Mark reached over, placed his hand on hers, and whispered into her ear, "It's okay." Viewers later wrote in, saying they had never seen Kelly look so raw, so vulnerable. Little did they know that her emotions were pouring out from the heaviness she carried daily. In the weeks that followed, Kelly became a beacon of hope not only for her own family but also for fans who quietly related to her pain. She began speaking more openly on the show about gratitude, about cherishing loved ones, and about the importance of family dinners. Behind closed doors, though, she was still just a wife praying for more time. She admitted to a close friend, "I'm terrified every single day. But I can't let my kids see me crumble. I need them to believe in hope." Mark, despite his diagnosis, often tried to ease her fears. "Kel, our children will be okay. No matter what happens, we've raised them strong. You can't carry the world on your shoulders." But Kelly couldn't stop. She carried the weight because she was a mother, and that was what mothers did. Late at night, when the house